Number 16, x divided by 2 plus 3 equals -4. So first, let's draw the line down the equal sign to remind us to work on both sides equally. We're not going to worry about the x divided by 2. We first want to get rid of the plus 3, so we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. And recall, when you subtract 3 from -4, you get -7. And if you're not sure how, we can plug those numbers into scoreboard. And when you have two numbers on the same team, in this case team negative, you add them and keep the sign of that team. Bring down the x, so plus 3 minus 3 becomes 0, so that cancels. And let's bring down the rest of the equation, x over 2. So now I take the inverse of division, which is multiplication, and I multiply both sides by 2, so times 2. And I get x, so these 2's cancel, I get x equals -14 is your answer, -14. Now let's check our answer. Let's plug our answer, let's substitute our answer back into the original equation. So we have -14 divided by 2 plus 3 should equal -4. -14 divided by 2 is -7 plus 3 equals -4. And now I can plug these numbers in a scoreboard, -7, +3. Different teams you subtract. 7 minus 3 is 4. And you keep the sign of the team that has the most points. So 7 is greater than 3, so it's going to be a negative sign. So it checks out okay. So the correct answer is x equals -14. Number 17. Draw your line down the equal sign. We need to get rid of, let's not worry about the -5r. We need to get rid of the positive 1.3 by subtracting 1.3. So that cancels. And we need to subtract 1.3 from the other side as well. And we're left with 6.1. So we have -5r equals 6.1. So this is -5 times r, so we need to do the opposite. We need to do inverse operations and divide 6.1 by 5. So five goes into 6 one time. Bring down the 1. 5 goes into 11 two times. So our answer is going to be 1.2, but now you need to think to yourself, is it going to be positive or negative 1.2? Well, -5 times another negative number will give you a positive answer. And if you're not sure how to remember that, think of the pyramid. -5 times another negative number, so cover up your two negatives here, and you'll get a positive result. So -5 times another negative number will give you a positive answer. So we know this has to be -1.2. Number 18. Aaliyah had $24 to spend on 7 pencils. After buying them, she had $10 left. How much did each pencil cost? Write an equation. So she had $24 to spend, and she had $10 left over. So $24 to spend minus the cost of the pencils. So she bought 7 pencils. So we don't know the cost of the pencils, so we're going to use X to represent the cost of the pencils. But we do know that she bought 7 pencils. It tells us that right here. And then after she bought those pencils, she has $10 left over. So she started with $24, and she bought 7 pencils, and we don't know the cost of the pencils, so X equals $10. So we need to solve this equation. So that's writing the equation, so now let's solve. So we're going to subtract 24 from both sides. And we have -14, and negative 7x, and divide by negative 7 on both sides, and you get x equals 2. X equals 2. Number 19. The area of a wrestling square mat is 576 square feet. What is the length of each side of the mat? So you have a square mat. The area is 576. We're trying to find the length of one side, so we'll use x. To find the length of a side of a square, given the area of that square, you take the square root of the area. So we take the square root of 576, and you'll see if you use your square root clock that we created in class that the length of one side is going to be 24 feet, and that would be our answer, 24 feet. Number 20. You bought a magazine for $5 and 4 erasers. You spent a total of $25. How much did each eraser cost? So you bought a magazine for $5 and you bought 4 erasers. So plus 4 erasers. We don't know the cost of the eraser, so we're going to replace that with a variable. We'll use x. And we know that when we add those together, we get a total of $25. So that's our equation. Now we need to solve for x. Let's subtract 5 from both sides. You get 20. So you have 4x equals 20. And now we divide 20 by 4 to get our answer, and we have x equals 5. So each eraser costs $5. Number 21, the cost of a family membership at a health club is $58 per month plus a one-time startup fee of $129. If a family spent $651, how many months is their membership? So we take the cost per month. We don't know how many months they use their membership, but we know there's a one-time startup fee that we have to add to the cost of the membership, so plus $129 totals $651 that they spent. So now we draw our line, we subtract 129 from both sides. We're left with, borrow from the 5. So we have 58x equals 522. Now we divide by 58. And let's see, when you divide 522 by 58, let's see, I know 10 is going to be 2. Let's try 9 and see what we get. 45. Okay, we get exactly the number that we're looking for. So x equals 9, which means their membership was 9 months long. Okay, 22. Let's write this in standard notation. So anytime we have a negative exponent, that means move your decimal to the left. So we're going to bunny hop 7 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then add zeros at every step that we bunny hopped. So let's verify 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer is 0.0000008394 would be what that number looks like in standard notation. Number 23, draw your line down the equal sign, take the opposite of plus 7.1, which is minus 7.1, that cancels it, minus 7.1 here. Add your 0 on the end so we have an equal amount of numbers to the right of the decimal. Let's see. Okay, so what we need to do is we can look at this and see that when we subtract these two numbers, we're going to have a negative number. So let's rewrite this as 7.10 minus 2.84. Borrow from the 7, borrow from the 11, line up your decimal. So it's going to be negative 4.26. Negative 4.26 is what we have here. So we have 2w equals negative 4.26. So now we need to divide negative 4.26 by 2. So we just cut it in half, basically, 4.26. So 2 goes into 4 2 times. Line up your decimal. 2 goes into 2 1 time.